Bannack is a town in southwestern Montana that is a ghost town. It was a gold mining town. Came to being in the 1860s, like many gold mining towns, sprang up on the side of Grasshopper Creek. And, you know, within a period of just a few months, 10,000 people just came into this tiny, skinny little valley, all of them mining gold out of that tiny little stream of water. It's in the county where I grew up in southwestern Montana, and a couple of years ago I went there on a whim, just took all my gear and went there to photograph. And it's one narrow dirt street with log buildings on each side. And the very first building that I went in, the light was coming through the windows, and it was just heavenly. And so I photographed happily for a long time, but what got to me as I stood there and I photographed, I started to hear the voices. I know, it sounds a little crazy, huh? I started to hear the voices of all the past people who'd been in those buildings, the people who lived in those buildings, the people that struggled, you know, with trying to make a living mining gold, making money off the people who mined gold. And there's so many layers of stories. So I spent all that morning photographing, got a really, you know, it sounds like I'm bragging, but I got a really brilliant series out of that morning. And then a year later I went back and I spent 2 days photographing there. And this time I went in close on the walls. So I have these images that are layers of wood and fabric and paint and several different kinds of wallpaper and places where people have written on the walls or drawn on the walls. And there's just layers and layers and layers of colors and shapes and patterns. To me, that was like I titled that second series Intimate Conversations, because it was the conversations of, so many people, and the interactions of the people who wander through there all the time now, like me, and the people who lived there, the people who built the place, so many conversations. I have another series still to finish from that year, that I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but there's voices in all of the images. This is a project, you know, that's probably going to end up taking 4 or 5 years to finish the project, but they're so rich and so deep, these voices and the things that are being said and the stories that want to be told. And it's a project that I've given myself to, and I just couldn't be happier about that.